Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Crush Justice here again, giving you some Tokyo Xtreme Racer gameplay. This time we're in Nagoya, doing the final two teams, Genesis R and Seek. These are the last teams that I have to defeat before moving on to the next city. Anyways, today's rant topic is going to be on Metalcore. Before I go on with the rant, I just want to warn you that these are my personal opinions, and if I offend you in any way, I'm sorry. And I don't want to have hate comments. If you got something that could be a hate comment, just don't even try to post it, because I'm gonna ignore it or delete it. But if you have a response, a constructive response that I could actually respond to, by all means go ahead and I'll try to respond in the same manner. So let's get this started. Metalcore seems to be the most trending genre of music in extreme music right now. It's all over America right now, and it's among the American youth. And no, actually more than America, it's actually international within some countries. So anyways, Metalcore, it's not my cup of tea. I'll tell you why. It's because I think Metalcore is really bland and generic. If I've tried to listen, my friends have tried to get me into Metalcore because they always knew since middle school. Now I'm a junior now, but since middle school, when Metalcore was, or core, the subgenre in modern terms, was still new. When all the Warped Tour bands were still new. They tried getting me onto it because they always knew I listened to like hard rock and metal, but I never found interest in it. I never really liked it because they all sounded the same. Now I know that's stereotypical, but it's kind of true because that's what most core bands sound the same. Now I'm talking about song structure wise, and their songs, or sonically their sound in general. So here's a generic song structure for you in a metalcore band or music. Basically, it starts out with a breakdown. That's, in most cases, it will start with a breakdown within the first 30 seconds, and eventually it'll move on to a melodic chorus, where the guy, after he's done screaming, he starts trying to sing melodically, and then sometimes they'll have some digital synthesizer effect added into it, and then they'll go back to a breakdown. And the whole time it's just breakdown, chorus, breakdown. And I've tried to listen to the big metalcore bands like Asking Alexandria, Memphis May Fire, Chelsea Grin, and Attack, and Miss May I. I've tried listening to all those core bands that are big right now, and personally they all sound the same. That's the problem with the core subgenre. They're all generic. They all have breakdowns, they all scream. I swear, like, not swear, but in truth, I tried to listen to two songs. I tried two songs, two different bands, and within the first 30 seconds it was breakdowns, and then a melodic chorus, like I said. And the thing is, when they try to sing melodically, their voice goes like super high, and they try to, you know, sing along with the instrumentals behind them, but it just doesn't work. It sounds like they're whining. It does. I mean, nowadays the whole song structure like that is even brought into like the modern pop punk bands, or the post-hardcore bands as they like to call them now, which is like, I don't know, it's just not the same. What metalcore has done to extreme music, it's cheapened it even far worse than what glam metal did, in my opinion. I mean, I love glam metal. I grew up on glam metal, but I'm a thrash metalhead. And it's basically like the glam metal of today. Like in the 80s, glam metal was the pretty boys. Nowadays, the core bands are the pretty boys. And that's the thing too. I think core is like a trend. The guys, they all look the same. They all look clean cut. They all have that, you know, sometimes they'll have the emo hairdo, the plugs, skinny jeans, and then they'll have like a V-cut or a V-neck, and then they'll have their Toms or slip-on shoes that they wear. So I remember when Black Veil Brides, I have nothing against the bands or anything, but Black Veil Brides, when they first released Knives and Pens, those were like the first wave of scene kids or core kids, screamo kids, whatever you want to call them. Those were like the scene, like that's what the first wave of scene kids looked like. They had the skinny jeans, the black t-shirts. They looked like goths, like a hybrid of goths. And eventually they turned to cutting their hair and then wearing plugs and piercings and tattoos. And that's the modern core look. It's basically a trend. Kids listen to it so they could fit in. I mean, the fan base is, they have some of the most dedicated fans, but some of the fans are really annoying. And when I say that, I mean they're annoying because, like, if you try to like bash their music or just say your opinion about their music, like that you don't like it, they milk this term all the time. They'll be like, this band saved my life, or you won't understand this music unless you listen to it, or unless you went through hard times. And to be honest, that's not true, because a band can't physically save your life. I had this discussion with my friend. He's a metalcore fan, but he doesn't listen to like the mainstream metalcore kids. But a band can't physically save your life. They just can't. Only you could save your own life. And that's kind of what the trend is. It's become the emo music of nowadays. And God forbid, if you wanted to kill yourself or cut yourself, that's your decision. I mean, the bands are only there to help, the music and the bands are only there to help you cope. They help motivate you to, you know, do good things, to do better things, to be a better person. They don't really save your life, they just help guide you. The lyrics, I mean, lyrics are always open to interpretation. They help guide you through your rough times. I mean, that's what metal always did to me. And then eventually I just ended up writing my own lyrics and all that. And it was just a way of expressing myself, whether I was angry or sad, you know. But my lyrics always turned up to be like party lyrics, or, you know, more like horror story music. But that's what I like to write, so. Anyways, that's just one thing. The fans could get a little annoying. I have diehard metalcore fans, and honestly, they're some of the coolest kids, because they don't like the generic core kids either, because they also think it's just a trend. Like, they've been listening to metalcore when it wasn't even popular. Like, I'm not saying that because I'm being, like, you know, judgmental or anything, but they were the ones that, my friends, they actually liked the music because it was different. My friend, he even told me that because I listen to black metal a little bit, and I told him that I listen to black metal. He's like, you're satanic. I'm like, nah, I'm not satanic, but he said metalcore just grew on him. He's like, I don't know why. It's weird, and I like it. That's good. I mean, that's a good reason to like metalcore. But some kids just take it too far by milking the whole emo thing. That's another reason why it counts as a trend, because emo kids are clinging. I don't want to call them emo kids, but the kids that are going through that phase are clinging on to this type of music. Anyhow, another thing about metalcore, this is going back to instrument and song structure. The guitars all sound the same. They usually have, in the breakdowns, they'll usually play like open triplets and have diminished chord progressions. And when they try to solo, they'll try to be doing the arpeggios and tapping and all the soloing techniques that you can think of. But in all honesty, the solos aren't that great. I mean, you could have all those skills, but that doesn't make you a good guitar player. In my opinion, a good guitar player could have like the basic skills, but they construct good fluid solos. For example, if you've listened to Deathcore, if you listen to Brendan Small's writing in the songs, the song structure and how they're played, the progressions, the diminished chord progressions and everything, they're all simple, but they actually flow with the music. They sound really, because they're melodic death metal, they sound really good. Like, it's something that you could just listen to as an instrumental without the vocals if you wanted to. But that's the thing. When a lot of the metalcore guitar players, they try to, you know, shred their face off sometimes, but they just kind of try to. Actually, in all terms, all of the positions in metalcore, they all try too hard at what they do, except for the drummers. You know, the drummers are actually pretty mellow in their drumming, as I've seen. But the guitar players and the singers I think are the most try-hard in the genre. The bass players and the drummers, they're pretty chill. They don't really do much in trying to show off their skills or anything. But the guitar players and the singers do a lot. Anyhow, another thing I could talk about metalcore is, I don't have anything against metalcore because I liked a lot of the old metalcore bands like Killswitch Engage, but that's like early 2000s core when it sounded way different and it actually sounded good in my opinion. That's just my opinion, but that's the core I would prefer if core was still core today. And also, I have a lot of punk friends. Like all of us, we all have our bands. I have my metal band, my friends have their punk bands. Since we're in the extreme music, people automatically think that we're a screamo band. Hold on, right here we're finishing off to the final two bosses, the leader of Seek and then the leader of Genisar. Anyhow, back to the whole band thing. Because we play like extreme music, they think that we are screamo automatically. People will judge that we're screamo, and we're not. That's another thing that really pisses me off about the metalcore being the most popular thing, is that if you play rock, if you just play punk, rock, or whatever, people are just gonna think that you're a screamo band because of all the core stuff. It's hit the mainstream. That's what a lot of kids have been playing, and it's really annoying is that some kids will just blast the metalcore and it'll just like really muddy, and the guy's just screaming his lungs out. Actually, my friend calls it breeding, because that's, I guess, the term of it. He used to be in a hardcore or metalcore band, and it's called breeding. But that's I don't like it. I mean, if you compare that style of vocals to death metal vocals like Cannibal Corpse, the guttering death metal vocals are always strong in power. They're always pushing. But in metalcore, it's like they're losing power as they go. It's more like you're yelling at your parents or something, like when you're starting to lose your voice. That's what it sounds like to me. Anyhow, the video is coming to an end. I'm still new to this commentary stuff, so my commentaries at the beginning may suck, but you know, it'll get better if I continue to do this. I just want to know what you guys think. Feel free to comment your opinions, and if you have anything against my opinions, please have a constructive response. That way I could respond to you in a constructive way as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to be doing more of these videos. Please stay tuned. Please subscribe, like, and comment. And if you have any rant topics, suggestions, please feel free to suggest me some rant topics, and I'll be more than willing to rant on those things. So anyway, as we wrap up, thanks for watching.